Since Sonoma, it's been a tough situation. We had 3 bad engines, transmission we had to change, some crash damage.
It's disappointing. Usually we prefer to have a better result than what we're getting.
One of the tech sport cars has come up short in the hairpin.
Still leading the championship with a good pad and going into Watkins. We just got to stay up there.
The Glen's wicked fast, big consequence, exactly what a real driver wants.
We got 3 weekends left to go. We got to be smart, stay on top, be up there for points. We can't have a screw up, that will hurt us. We're past the halfway point now in the championship. Our team championship is looking extremely good. We got a really good pad thanks to all the co-pilots on the team.
The Subarus are actually working really well. We're still leading the championship. We have a really good lead in points to go over the Mini. Our only threat is the Mazda.
Whitmer going to try and cut underneath. That may have made a mistake and let Maxon come along. He did.
We're more looking at don't beat the car for a win, for nothing. You got to think about the championship. So everything's getting tight. We're past mid-season.
Look at this, Whitmer having to defend on Maxon now as they head down into turn 10, and Maxon just drove by him.
That Mazda, as the kid's learning the car, he's getting faster and faster and faster. I think driver to driver, Nick will easily be able to outrace him and we'll beat him.
Watkins Glen International Raceway in upstate New York is certainly one of North America's most history-laden venues, and today the history of the SRO America World Challenge comes back to this great venue.
Watkins Glen's a track you do need confidence because it's just a really fast track and it's lined with barriers. So any mistake, you're into a wall.
Oh, that is big.
The push, you have to kind of feel comfortable that the car's not going to bite you, and I've got pretty good comfort level with the car.
Watkins Glen's always a fun place to be, but you got to watch out this track. It's a very high-speed track, very fun, but you got to be very careful around here. There's some corners, it's really hectic. You don't want to mess up here.
The 5th gear trick.
Before the S's?
Oh yeah, and I'm flat through there now, no problem. Yeah, the car's, it just gives you that confidence.
Nick wants to get back in the GT4, but that puts a lot of pressure on him, because he is way better than everybody else in this class. And that means now every time he goes on track, he better be at P1.
There's never been a question about Nick's ability behind the wheel. I know he would like to have used this as a springboard to get back up into GT, and he's certainly capable and the like. He's wickedly quick.
A driver, when he's not showing up at the track anymore, a lot of people that are looking for drivers, they don't see you there, they don't think about you. So as long as I got a ride at the racetrack, even if it's a lower class, I'm running around the paddock all day long and making friends with everyone, and that's what counts in racing.
Nick's got to deliver every race to show that he belongs back in GT4.
We are underway with the qualifying sessions, this to set the field for the TCR and the TCA machines. And as always, the magic in qualifying is finding that lap where these Pirelli P0 slicks really hit their sweet spot. And on a long track like this, that's oftentimes just one lap.
I had high hopes for Watkins Glen. I was pretty comfortable here and I was feeling good. But the reality is that we're going to be pretty uncompetitive this weekend. We just haven't had BOP going in our favor this year. Actually, our car has been the same all year, whereas the Hondas have been getting weight taken out, the Minis have been getting extra turbo boost, and the Mazdas have always been really quick.
It's one of those tracks that, when you look at it from the outside, you go, it's kind of smooth and moving. It's probably not too bad, but when you get out there and you're flying, there's a lot of camber, a lot of movement to it, so there's a lot of G-forces. It's really interesting, though. It's a great track.
went in at a big rate of speed.
Significant rate of speed.
He's okay. That looked like a big hit.
Ben, number 95, had a lockup going into the laces and hit the tires pretty hard. I was just a little bit behind him, and I saw the underside of his car. It looked like a pretty big hit.
Walked up, huge front left, was smoking like crazy, and then he went straight into the tire and bounced the car pretty good. Is he all right? He's not responding on the radio.
This stage, obviously, red flag. Everybody's just going to make their way back in.
First concern, of course, is that the driver is okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Clock should stop here with a red flag for qualifying, but obviously a lot of work to be done to the racetrack, and then a decision will be made, as we do in fact see the clock continuing to tick. Looks like the driver's okay.
All I remember is seeing that wall going, whew, I'm going pretty fast. This is gonna leave a mark. I hit so hard, I felt the car dig in and the whole back end fly up, and I kind of saw the dirt through my face as the car lifted, and then saw water flying all over from the tires, and that was it, man. Just sat there. First time I ever hit a wall like that, that was like, yeah.
Ben came into this series with very limited experience. He's done an intense amount of working with driver coaches, and his learning curve has been exceptional. Unfortunately, when faced with the knowledge that your ABS can go out at any time, he just didn't have the experience to understand exactly what the consequences of that would mean, and how he would have to react to that situation.
It's not looking good. This may be the end of the day for the session.
The Rustmaster is the official hardware partner of Going Pro SRO America.
A beautiful, busy day continues to unfold here at Watkins Glen International as TC America competition continues. This, the TCR and TCA first race of the doubleheader weekend.
Unfortunately, the car was irreparable for this weekend. You know, there's so much we can do under the tent, but when we have front end rolled under and we cannot line it up to get shocks on and stuff like that, we just have to park the car. And I can tell you, it's probably maybe the third, fourth time in 5 years of racing pro that we've ever parked a car and said it's done for the weekend. We really don't do that lightly.
5 seconds to the command. And then I'll put together a credit. You got a lot of cleaning up to do on that car and figuring out what got bent. It's really disappointing because the driver is not having their weekends that they're expecting to have. Even though a lot of it's self-induced, he has had some really bad luck, and every season's not going to be a championship season. And when you're in it for the first time, you got to be willing to expect that this may not be the season.
Ben Bettenhausen, the number 95, into the pits, big plume of smoke.
Part of making the step to this level of racing from club racing is what level of risk reward, where do you tick that a little bit? You want to be successful in pro racing, you have to risk more.
I was watching Joe's race and I came back and still working on Ben's car and seeing what's going on. I just asked how it was going. He's like, Ben's car's not the problem, it's your car. I'm like, my car is totally fine. Came in running fine, like no problem. But I guess they were doing some tweaks to the ECU to try and solve a traction control issue that was happening on the car. And now the ECU is dead, which means at this point, I'm not going out for the race this afternoon.
The box was still plugged into the OBE, and the bypass cable was plugged into the Motec. So the Motec reads right through that into the thing. You then hooked up to that and tried to read through it. All I know is the car ran when it came in. It doesn't run once you tried to hook up to it.
The problem with these cars is there's 5 computers and they all have to be coded to each other. So you need a matched set of 5 computers to replace any of the ECUs. Is there like a hard reset, like a breaker or something on those things?
No, it just, I don't know how it could. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. I may steal everything out of Ben's car. I mean, I'm thinking, I gotta know if this car even squares up. What do we have to change? We gotta change the immobilizer?
Immobilize the ECU, the steering lock, cluster, and the button.
ECUs are coded to 6 different items, whether they be in computers or immobilizers, and they're all coded together, so it was a tough situation. Not luckily, but we were able to steal the parts out of the car that wrecked in qualifying to get that car up and running.
The only thing I can't find is the ID code on that car. What is the silver box? It says AD on it. Is that it?
That's it right there. No, it's not. That's the stock location right there. How much time do you have? It was another situation that, you know, we lucked out that we had a solution for, you know, but it wasn't a great one.
Going Pro SRO America is brought to you by ViewSonic Elite for the modern gamer.
A beautiful afternoon in one of the most beautiful places you can imagine, and we are in to the final championship battle throws in the field, making its way out.
We're still leading the championship with a good pad. We got to be smart, stay on top, be up there for points, and we can't have a screw up. That will hurt us.
Looking for the green flag, and it flies. Look at this run.
Whitmer's sailing away.
Oh, that is a big shunt to the whole front end. He is your point leader in this category.
He was going side by side with Max in there. I'm not sure if he got turned and then hit by someone.
You all right, man?
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I'm good. That was hard.
This could be big here.
Big question mark now is, can they get that car fixed up for Whitmer for tomorrow even?
We're gonna get you in the ambulance, okay? Because you said your back hurts a little bit and your side hurts, okay?
No problem.
It's all precautionary, all right?
I don't think it's broken because I'm breathing pretty good and it's not hurting.
Come on out. We're good then.
All right, I'm gonna go.
He thinks it's, yep.
I really feel that, you know, we had a shot to win race 1. I mean, I was confident before that race started that we'd win based on how the qualifying went. It was unfortunate. Nick made a driver error. Stuff happens, though. He's not perfect, but he drives nearly perfect. But it was costly.
A couple of tasks here they're trying to work over, get this cleanup done on the racing surface and get racing.
Field working through that area of the track. Damon Scherzen has an opportunity here to put together one of his best runs of the year. Sits 6th right now, the number 22 Tech Sport Subaru. All right, lights out. And green flag flies. We're going.
Something was not right in that race. The car didn't feel right. It felt like stuttering and it just didn't seem right. I've had a lot of problems in the car and I've always taken the responsibility for those problems, but I think it's really that the car's not right. After the race, Kevin and Nick came and talked to me. So now he's tied for first in the championship, but his car is destroyed and not going back together for tomorrow. So we came to a bit of an arrangement and he's gonna run my car tomorrow.
The more we went into that car, the more we saw issues going on in the front end. We noticed at one point it is not repairable. And at that point, because I didn't finish that race, I was leading the championship and then I was tied. So now we're going into Sunday's race and I don't have a car and I'm tied in the championship.
It was unfortunate to lose the car. I mean, I don't carry a backup car. I always have been able to get a car back on track. We were quickly conspiring on how to get Nick in a car. I really wanted to keep him in a Subaru. So we really only had two options, Damon and PJ. Damon seemed approachable. Plus, it was a good idea to try and shake down Damon's car. He hasn't been running at the front all season, and I've been confident that there's nothing wrong with that car, but you know, putting Nick behind the wheel of it would show if the car was weak or not.
Damon gave up his car to help me out with the points in the championship and help out Tech Sport with the points. I'm very happy for that, to actually go back into the championship.
Going Pro SRO America is brought to you by Next Level Racing. Take racing to the next level.
An overcast but slightly more pleasant day than it started here at Watkins Glen International Raceway. The TCA cars are getting ready for their 10th round at this legendary venue.
With Whitmer's issues yesterday, we now have a tie in the points between Whitmer and Maxon, so it's game on for the championship.
Whitmer will be starting from the pit lane, so he's got his work cut out for him.
When you change cars, you have to automatically start from pit lane, which is normal, it's okay.
Lights out, field starting to form up. Green flag flies. A lot of these cars locking tires up. Vincent goes around. Hertzen might be able to get around it.
Sideways.
Big spin.
Wow. Can everyone clear him? There's
Taylor Hagler, pole sitter.
How did he get away with that one?
Yeah, and Taylor had to lift to avoid him, and she went around. There's Whitmer coming out of pit lane.
I had a great car off the bat, but I think because of all this elevation here and the high speed, the ABS modulator, there's like a gyro in there that calculates the G-forces and everything. And here we're hitting almost 2 Gs in a Subaru BRZ. And so bugged out.
Whitmer came into this race tied for the lead. He was in a backup car, started at the very back, has not made his way up into the top 10 today.
There was no yellows for me to catch up, so I couldn't really do much. I did the best I can. There was some lockups, but we didn't go off track. Some guys bombed out, so it helped me out.
Oh, problem here for Nuremberg.
Hagler's faded a little bit in this last lap. He just pulled off.
The way you win championships, it's not about wins. It's about scoring points. So when you have an incident happen, it really sets you back. And then to have somebody step up and say, we'll get you in another car, gain those points, that can make the difference.
I ended up finishing second to last, but that was actually 7th because a lot of guys fell out. Gave me some good points. I did not go down to 3rd place in the championship, so I'm still holding on to 2nd. We're still strong for the rest of the year in the championship.
I guess I didn't really miss out on as much as I thought. I guess I would have got a 7th or an 8th just by bringing it home running, but it would have just been driving around the back all by myself, and you know, the points aren't critical for me, and they are for Nick, so.
We dropped to 2nd in manufacturer and team points after this weekend. And it wasn't a great weekend, but it wasn't bad. I mean, we did salvage about 7, 8 points. We learned, you know, what needs to be done on Damon's car. Nick's assessment is that the car isn't as strong as his right now. It's a little down.
Nick didn't think the handling was that great, so they're going to be spending some time trying to figure out how to solve that. That might be a big help, but also a lot of confidence. These tracks we're going to have big consequences, and if you're not confident in what the car is going to do, it's a little difficult to push them as hard as you possibly can.
My big concern is just time frame. I have basically 3 weeks to get these things repaired, and you know, Nick's car's really bad. It's about as bad as we've ever had a BRZ take a hit. For the team and the manufacturer, the Mini is going to be hard to beat. We have to place or win at Road America to stay in the manufacturer and team championship. It's like do or die at this point.
Looks like we may be seeing a little bit of rain that is starting to come down.
Skies are darkening.
I've never been on slicks in the wet before. It was definitely a challenge.
Every lap, you got to pretty much find a new line, find the grip.
Oh, and Whitmer's going down inside. Oh!
Tried carrying a bit more speed through the carousel and went off wide.
I don't know what happened with the Mazda, but I could probably regain my first place in the championship.